How are you? I hope you are completely safe at home. Earlier, we were doing model auxiliaries. Now, some points are still left for model auxiliaries. Today, we will do. Used to, need, dare, and should. These points of model auxiliaries are still left. Today, we will do. Firstly, we will discuss should. Where we use should. First point is to expect duty. If you want to express your duty, then use should. Students, their work daily. Here, duty has been told. You will use should. Students should do their homework daily. Parents look after their children. Parents should look after their children. It is also a duty. It is also a duty. So to expect duty, we use should. Second point is where left come. Last means कहीं ऐसा ना हो. When you find this word in model auxiliaries, then you should. For example, work hard, you should fail. Work hard, left. Work hard, last. Here last will be given. Last you should say. Walk slowly. Lest you fall down. Should fall down. So when you find this word in model auxiliary in any sentence, then use should. It means कहीं ऐसा ना हो. मेहनत करो, कहीं ऐसा ना हो तुम फेल हो जाओ. धीरे चलो, कहीं ऐसा ना हो तुम गिर जाओ. There are many examples. Run fast, lest you should miss the train. To express duty, where last come. Third point, to express probable condition. संभव शर्त को व्यक्त करने के लिए. संभव शर्त को व्यक्त करने के लिए. For example, go there, give him my message. should you go there? Should you go there? Give him my message. Another example, go to market, bring a shirt for me. Should you go to market, bring a shirt for me? It is also a probable condition. If should you go there, give minus. Should you go to market, bring a shirt for me? It is a probable condition. Not necessary. If you go there, if you go to market, then use should. And the fourth point is to expect reach. Wish or even why. For example, you should help the poor. You should go there. These sentences are just like advice or preach. When you preach someone, when you give advice to someone, then use should. So we use should for 4 points. First, to expect duty. Second, where last come. Thirdly, to expect preach. And fourthly, to expect probable condition. We use should. We have done should. Now we will do used to. Where we use used to express past habit. Past event. Past routine event. Past habit, past routine event. For example, Gandhiji used to wear dhoti only. It is a past habit. He used to drink in youth. Whatever happened in the past as a habit, if you want to tell, then use used to. One more example is there. There used to be a tree in front of your house. There used to be a tree in front of your house. In such type of activities, we use used to for past habit or past routine event. Activities, you can say activities. So we use used to in past also. Okay. Second point, We use used to in past also and in present also. To expect present habit. To expect present habit. For example, I am not used to sleeping in the open. I am not used to sleeping in the open. If you want to tell present habit of someone of your own, then use used to. In that case, structure will be such type. Second example, he is not used to working as a hard labor. As a hired labor. These are the present of habit of someone, and for present habit we also use used to. So we use used to for two habits: present habit and past habit. I'm not used to sleeping in the open. He is not used to working as a hard labor. There are many examples. You can express your views. You can give more and more examples if you do practice. Now we will do need. Need, it is also an auxiliary. It is also a main verb. Students may have confusion about need. Where we use this as an auxiliary and main verb. As an auxiliary, it will be used in negative and in interrogative sentences. Negative and interrogative sentences. Where we use this need to expect prohibition. मनाही के लिए, मनाही के लिए हम नीड का प्रयोग करेंगे नेगेटिव और इंट्रोगेटिव. He need not go there. He need not go there. In negative sentence, मनाही के लिए. Second point is to expect doubt. Need he do any work? Here it shows doubt. Need to do any work. Dear students, if you use need and there as an auxiliary, then to will not come before main verb. It means there it is an auxiliary. If to doesn't come here, if to doesn't come here, it means it has been used as an auxiliary. But if where to comes here, then it will be used as a main verb. Main verb. But in that case, we have used it as an auxiliary. Always keep in mind this thing. He need not go there. It is an auxiliary. To express doubt, did he do any word? It is also an auxiliary, not a main verb. So we use need as an auxiliary, as a main verb. As an auxiliary, if we use need as an auxiliary, then to will not come before main verb. To will not come before main verb. If to comes, then it will be not an auxiliary, it will be a main verb. So we use need in negative and interrogative sentences to express prohibition and to express doubt. Examples have been given here. I think you have cleared your doubts where we use need as an auxiliary or as a main verb. In the same way, use dare. Where we use dare? Absence of compulsion, absence of craze. Absence of craze. Use dare, absence of craze. In negative and interrogative also. In negative and interrogative sentence, we often use dare in negative and interrogative sentence. For example, he dare not fight with me. Dare he come to my house. Where we use this word? Absence of courage. Dare means हिम्मत करना. Absence of courage. We use negative and interrogative sentence as an auxiliary. He dare not fight with me. In interrogative, dare he come to my house. If we find to before main verb here, then it will not be used as an auxiliary. In the same way here. So, but if we find to before main verb, then it will not be used as an auxiliary. It will be used as main verb. For example, he did not dare to come in. It means main verb. There are many examples. So we have done should, used to, need and dare. Dear students, we have done this topic completely. Now it is your duty to go through all the exercises of your syllabus and do at least 25 sentences of this topic. Simultaneously, you will learn vocab. I have already told you, vocab is the second name of English. If you don't learn vocab, you will not learn English, you will not speak English. Vocab is necessary. I have told you this thing. Vocab is not available in books and notebooks, but also available everywhere. Wherever you go, words come before your eyes, and it comes in your conscience. What will be the meaning of these words? But we never try to search in dictionary. This is the biggest drawback of this. I give my own example. I used to visit AIMS 7 times. 7 times I used to visit AIMS. Where I used to stand near the window for OPD, three words were written there. What were they, I tell you? No smoking, no spitting, and no littering. Two words I knew, but third, don't know. I used to visit many times there, but this word created problem to me. Then I asked the doctor, sir, what is the meaning of this word? He told me, do not throw garbage. During next time, I felt satisfaction when I stood there. So wherever you go, you must know the meaning, you must note the meaning, so that you may raise your hand with proud, oh, I know the meaning. Such type of tendency we must have towards vocab. Then we can win the English. So vocab is the second name of English. Keep repeating something, keep observing something. No matter if you don't speak English accurately, speak something. In the beginning, it happens we speak wrong words, wrong English, wrong sentences. But with the passage of time, we learn something. We start speaking accurate English. One day, it will happen. I will be outside, you will be here. So, speaking is must. If you think that there is nobody to check us, I will speak English or not, no, it is not okay. If you speak English just now, then it will become a habit. If you think that I will learn English after 5 or 6 years, after 6 months, it will be too much late. It depends on practice. If you speak just English, if you speak English just now, then you will have more and more accuracy in spoken English. And check the word in dictionary. Sometimes it happens teachers can pronunciate the wrong words. So check it thoroughly. What is the accurate spelling? What is the accurate pronunciation of these words? I have many examples. I have many words for this. I tell you. CHERVOAD. Someone asked me this word when I was a student in lower classes. Then I told, sir, Charwood. He laughed at me. For your surprise, he laughed at me. In fact, it will be called Chevrolet. It will be called Chevrolet. So, there are many words which are to be pronunciated accurately. If we don't look thoroughly in dictionary, we can't pronounce it accurately. So, it should be pronunciated accurately, Chevrolet. In the same way, one word is pupil. The word is pupil. And one more word is there. LIEUTENANT. There are many words. It is lieutenant. Lieutenant. So, whatever you find before your eyes, check the pronunciation in dictionary also. You will have powerful English, powerful vocab with 100% accuracy. So from time to time, I keep advising you, don't miss even a single word of vocab wherever you find in your classroom, in your village, railway station, bus stand, market, everywhere you will find vocab. If I say to you, especially check these words in your notebook, so sometimes it is not possible for a student to check, to look in books. But wandering here and there, we find many words. So we can observe them easily. So dear friends, I advise you, please don't miss even a single word of vocab. After learning language structure, sometimes it is not possible. We can speak English, but because we face vocab power, because we face the problem of vocab, lack of vocab, both must be go simultaneously. Then you can speak English. Okay. I hope you have learned much about this, and you will do 25 sentences of this topic in your notebook. And by now, we have done this topic completely, and I think you have enjoyed my class. Okay. And be alert, be safe, and maintain social distance. Thank you, and have a nice day.